Hi everyone, this is Kay and you're on the Collective Soul Tarot channel. Welcome back to the channel. I would like to talk to you today about this, just mention this first off before we get started, that I'm going to use Colette Baron Reid's Oracle, the Guides of Hidden Realms Oracle deck to do a read, just a really one card read for whoever it is that actually comments on this video for the next video tomorrow. Okay, I will do a one card read for you, whoever comments, and the comment must say, have your name, your first name with the last initial, because you know some people can be, there could be a Sarah and there could be many Sarahs, but this way you'll know it's Sarah V, you know, or Sarah H, whatever it is. But I need to have your first name and your first initial of your last name. Okay, so then I'm going to shuffle and pull a card that they look like this. This is Colette's artistic paintings. This is her artwork, and this is what I'm going to pull from. Okay, and then I will read the description from her book to give you an answer to what is it that you need to focus on. What do you need to focus on for in the next 6 months? That's it. What to focus on in the next 6 months. What to focus on in the next 6 months till the end of the year, obviously. Okay, so keep that in mind. What to focus on in the next 6 months is what I'm going to provide a one card reading for you if you're Sarah H or whatever you are using this deck. Okay, so you will comment on you would want to comment on today's video so that I can get your name and then do it tomorrow, do your reading tomorrow. That makes sense, hopefully. Okay, otherwise I'm happy to be here with you as usual, and it's lovely to have you here. And if you're enjoying the content on my channel, would you please consider subscribing? It's absolutely free, and you'll always be notified as to when the next video comes out. Okay, it'll show up. And also liking and commenting and sharing is also you know, something I would ask you to do if you feel up to it. Okay, so today's date is July the 10th, 2024, Wednesday. All right, and we're going to do a collective reading as per usual, and calling in Archangel Michael and the Holy Spirit to give us the energies, the cards that we're going to talk about, your past, present, your energy. And today I'm going to do a little bit different. Instead of a person that's on your mind energy, it's going to be a situation that you're dealing with or challenging with, or something that's a situation that may be coming from the past and into your you're experiencing it right now. Excuse me, guys. And then the potential outcome of that. Okay, all right, so Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, thank you so much for being here with me today. Will you please envelop me in your beautiful angelic wings of love, light, protection, and guidance? Thank you so much. Please guide and assist me today with correctly interpreting the energies in the cards that I pull as directed by you. And so we're going to talk about a situation today as opposed to a person that's on the collective's mind. What is their story today? What is it that they most need to know today, Archangel Michael? Thank you. Okay, past energy is the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is like a celebration, you know. It looks like people are getting married in the other decks and stuff like that, but it's a coming together, it's a reunion, it's a celebration, it's being all under the same sky, piece of sky, piece, you know, roof, whatever. Somebody may have been talking to you about living together in the past, and you may be living with them, or you're just, you know, you're in a relationship where you're living with somebody. Right there, you're in a relation where you're living with somebody, and or someone's wanting to move in with you or want you to move in together. Okay, so that's a situation from the past. Present day energy, the Three of Coins. So that's, you know, coming together and collaborating. That's an energy of wanting to do it with somebody. wanting to build a foundation, erect a foundation with someone. You know, in either, it could be just partnershiping in a business, but it could be partnershiping in a love relationship. It could be maybe you're moving back in with your parents, or a parent is moving in with you. It's all like the you and them, you and that situation are in agreement. This is you wanting to build a strong foundation with this situation that has come into your life, or has come back to you in your life, whatever that might be. Again, it could be like a parent that needs to move in with you because they can't take care of themselves anymore. Just pretty much anything, you know. It could be that you're dealing with something that you've been working at for a long time, let's say a career or whatever, and you're wanting to, you know, change the foundation a bit, and you're all about creating a new foundation for you within your company, either your company or a company you're working for. So let's see what your energy is. Page of Swords, yeah. You're ready to be ready. You know, this is a messenger of messages. It's a messenger of messages. You have been talking. You've been speaking to people. You have been reaching out. And if it's like you might, like if it's sort of like a job position that you want to, maybe you're wanting to partner with somebody in your, like let's say you're a lawyer and you want to become a partner in your firm, in the firm that you're working in. Well, you're doing a lot of you know, you're talking to the people, your managers, or the partners that oversee you, right? Talking to them about this. You're trying to build a rapport with them so that they would consider you. You may even be speaking on the company's behalf, the firm's behalf, in the public, you know, with respect to, I'm going to be like, I don't know, the person that, the ambassador kind of person that goes out, and the PR person, you know, somebody who goes out and talks on the company's behalf to get the public to feel more, you know, to notice the company first off, and to help them feel more secure that this firm would be the right firm for you if you ever end up in a situation where you need a lawyer. If it's somebody that you're who's wanting to ask to be, you know, to live with you, to move in with you and live with you, you know, you're considering it, you're all for it kind of thing, considering it, and you're speaking to them about it, and you might be speaking to others about it too, like friends and family, maybe getting their opinion on stuff like that, whether you should or you shouldn't consider doing this, or should you know, maybe you want to build a home together, and that could be your new foundation. Maybe when you move in with somebody, you're going to be building a home with someone, and this is your new foundation, the Three of Coins, Three of Pentacles. It could also mean that you are in a committed relationship with somebody, with the Four of Wands. You're already living with someone, like I mentioned before, and you want to build a home. Like me, I want us to build a home. We want to build a home together. And so I have been talking to the people who make the home plans, and talking to people who actually design the plans and make modifications. So I have, and you know, looking at the different parcels of lands available, I have been putting my sword out there. I've been putting my word out there, letting people know that I want to work together with them for the purpose of getting a home built on a piece of land. Okay, so that would be like my example. All right. So what's the situation? Energy, the Eight of Wands. Well, the Eight of Wands is all about back and forth communication. Back and forth communication. So you're speaking to your person about living together, or your friends and other people. You're speaking to your person, your friend, other people that you want to get their opinions about. You're discussing it more, like they want to move in with you. They want you to live together, to build a new foundation with the two of you together. There's going to be a lot of back and forth communication with respect to this whole idea of this situation coming together. And so if you're in the employment sector and you're like the lawyer, whatever, who wants to become a partner, or you're just somebody who wants to move up the ladder and become like the floor manager of a retail outlet, or the CEO of some kind of business, you know, any kind of business, and you know, you are best trying to put your best face forward in the things that you do and say, all right, so that you're the people who matter, in the sense that they are the ones who you'd have to impress and to convince that you're worthy of the particular job you're reaching for, that new foundation, and then, you know, earning more of a foundation of earning higher wages or salary and stuff like that. You'll be talking to your people more. You may even be having to do interviews. Okay, they may want to interview you more than once, that kind of thing, as they interview other candidates. And the same with the lawyer, like you're still going out in public, you're PRing for them, and you're talking to your what would you call those lawyers that are partners already? You're talking to the partners, I guess that's what you would say. You're talking to the partners more, trying to show them what you're made of and what you bring as skill set and benefit and advantages to the firm, with you having your name on it as a partner as well, and convincing them that you're the man, you're the woman, whatever. But lots of discussion back and forth. So what that means is the situation is saying the opportunity is open. It's open for discussion. It's open for further exploration between you and whoever else it is that you need to bring into the situation. That's what you've been doing or will be doing. Okay, what's the energy between you and the situation? The sun. Wow. I mean, you can't get nothing more auspicious than the sun. It's revealing, right? It's light. It's like, it's so auspicious. It's great. It's grand. It's fantastic. It's, you know, you can't get any higher than the sun when it comes to positivity. It's enlightenment. It's just positive movement forward. It's relocation. It can be relocation, which means you could be relocating to a higher position, in particular in your company, like becoming a partner or becoming a manager or a CEO. It's also you feeling like this would be a very positive move forward for you and your person who wants to live with you. Okay, wants to live with you. It's all positive. It's all positive. And for the situation where you're with your person and you're building a home, the divine is saying this is your destiny, basically, with the sun, the energy between you and whoever it is you need to be discussing this with. If it's like in my situation, I'm discussing this with my husband, plus with the home builder, or the plan, the people with the plan and the designer, engineer, and stuff like that, and the people who are selling the land, that kind of thing. It's all positive movement forward. It's all positive movement forward. What's the potential outcome? The Five of Wands. Now, isn't that interesting? The Five of Wands. Well, it just means, let's see, the Moon and the Ten of Wands. Wow. Now that is surprising, isn't it? That is surprising. Okay, what you need to do in this situation is remember that there is positive movements forward, progress, back and forth between your communication and discussion with people. It's going to keep moving you forward. with the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is like, it's like an internal conflict kind of thing. It could be conflict with others. So what the divine is saying here is that things are not always going to be clear for you. They're not going to be, you know, so black and white. It's probably something that you're engaging in that is not necessarily new for you, because you're in that, let's say we're talking about the partnering, okay, with the lawyer situation. You've already been doing it. You've been working for the firm. You just want to become a partner now and take on more responsibility, more cases, higher you know, higher, like, they're, you know, those ones that are out there, you know, they're, a lot of people know about the situation. I can't think of the word right off my head right now, but you're already doing it, but to become a partner and taking on those more bigger responsibility, larger responsibilities, and taking on situations and companies that are really, they are well known in your city, your community, or whatever. You are going to have to learn. You're going to have to get some learning under your belt. You're going to have to be mentored, so that you fail as little as often, because you know you're going to fail. Things are going to not go smoothly the whole time. You're transitioning from being just a lawyer to a partnering lawyer. It's not going to be a smooth transition, right? It's going to have a lot of bumps in the road. You're going to probably do some silly things, you know, things that they might say, why did you do that? If you want to become a manager, you might end up thinking more like an employee instead of an employer, you know, representing the employer side of things. And you might allow your employees to get away with things that you might have liked to have gotten away with as an employee. So you kind of have to step up into a different frame of mind, thinking differently. And so with my situation, have I ever built a house before? No. Have I purchased land to build a house before in another area that's the long ways away from wherever I am? No. So there's going to be things that I'm going to be having to be facing with the general contractor, and the land ownership, especially doing it off grid. There's so much that I'm going to have to teach myself, learn, that it's not going to be easy, and I'll be sometimes probably thinking, should I be doing this? You know, I've messed up so much. I didn't tell them to put the septic tank in the right spot, you know, and so now that's going to cost, now we got to put it in a different spot, so that's going to cost us another $5,000, you know, things like that, right? It's a heavy burden. It's a heavy burden. It is, but it is, it's, you know, you're going to move through it. You're going to work through it. It's going to take time. It's not going to be so clear. It's going to, you know, this whole movement into doing something slightly different or a lot different is going to be mysterious to you. Sometimes. Some points it's going to be mysterious to you, and you're going to be afraid. You're going to be afraid to make decisions. Well, if you're ever afraid to make decisions, just ask. Talk to the people that have the know-how and ask them. Ask them for a bit of advice, you know, or a how-to on something. Okay, that will lessen your burdens. Okay, the heaviness, and you know, 10 is the end. 10 of Wands. 10 is the end. You're going to be able to let your guard down a bit. After you've been in it and studying it and learning about your new craft or your new situation moving forward, you're going to be able to do with a lot more confidence once you allow yourself to fall, you know, but pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep moving forward. You know, seek what it is that you desire. If you truly want to be a partner in your firm, go for it. Learn, and ask. Pick other people's brains about stuff. If you want to consider moving in with someone who wants to live with you, starting that new foundation with them, then talk to your person a lot. Talk to your person about this, laying down some ground rules and some boundaries, making sure that they're not in it for, just to come and upturn your life, and then they're not that committed and they leave. Okay, so you want to have a lot of conversations about that with your person, as well as talking to your friends and family if you so feel that you need to do that. You might want to talk about or research on Google what the common law situation would be. What are you legally responsible for if things do not work out between the two of you and you go your separate ways? And if you are someone who is like me and we're maybe trying to renew our vows, it's not like me, but if you're living with somebody and things have been kind of going south and you have been talking about trying to make it work, seeking counseling, whatever it is, marriage counseling, to begin a new foundation, to lay a more solid foundation, because the two of you, when you're talking to each other, having those discussions, either in the counselor's office or just between the two of you, you're going to you're going to clear the air a bit and find out what it is that's been a mystery to you, okay, about why things are always kind of complicated and a lot of conflict and drama between you, the two of you, whether it's expressed or not. So you are going to want to be talking to your person to make sure that there is a lot of honesty and clarity that's going to happen moving forward before you agree to renew your vows with them, for example. But the divine is saying, if you do all that, you keep your sword high and you speak your truth with care and compassion, empathy, of course, but with truth, honesty, clarity, and transparency, expecting the same from the other, and that they agree to that's the discussion you're going to have between them. Yeah, things are not going to be easy, because we still have the old habits that we're operating from, even when we decide to do something new. Okay, it's still going to be you're always going to be kind of looking for the red flags. You're always going to be seeing that things said and done aren't necessarily what you expected once you decide to begin anew with your person. And it's going to be, there's going to be some fears and doubts along the way, but just know that your burdens about all of this will come to an end. And then it's positive all the way if you allow it. Now, notice how the sword is about messages. It's about speaking, okay? The Eight of Wands is about discussing, having conversation, communicating. So that's again speaking, and communication is the most important thing when it comes to healthy relationships, even in the workplace. Notice how the sun is the energy between the two of you. So what it's saying is, the divine is saying that you just keep your truth, speaking your truth and honesty, and expecting the same in return. That not lowering your standards in any ways, having those healthy boundaries. Keep discussing and communicating with your person, whether it's your employer or the person you're living with or the person who wants to move in with you. That is what is going to see you moving forward in a direction that is happy, enlightened, and positive. Okay, it's all about the communication. It's all about speaking, talking, not holding things back. If you're angry, tell your person you're angry. Tell your person you're angry. You don't have to say anything angry, like you really ought me off. You could say that, but say, I just had to express myself that way because that's exactly how I feel. I mean, you're doing it in a tone and in a way, using the words in a way that says, I respect you, I respect myself, I have dignity, I'm going to communicate with you in a way I would want and expect you to communicate with me. Do unto others as you would have them done unto you, right? That's pretty much the the rule of thumb. So let's find out what the Oracle has to say for advice. Advice and insight, right? Advice and insight. Archangel Michael. This looks positive, although the outcome looks a little roller coaster ride-ish. You know, the ups and downs are still there. Is this just short term, right? Until we meet again, kind of thing, to find out how this situation will go for you, if that is the story that Archangel Michael brings forward next time, but it'll come back eventually. The staff, number 51, and number 63, wind. Wow. Okay. Let's see what the shaman, the mystical shaman, has to say. The staff. The staff. Okay, the essence of this card is, it's a little giraffe there. Yeah, the staff is a symbol of authority. So it's I think it's a giraffe. No, I don't know what it is. It's like, it's got horns and antelopes, antlers. And it's a staff. It's just like a skeleton on a staff. All right, the staff is a symbol of authority. It holds the power to temper extremes. The staff helps you find the right course of action, the way of the middle. Yeah, and that's what I was talking to you about, the way of the middle, and aids you to maintain your balance after you begin walking in the direction. So communicating, but doing it in a way that's compassionate, kind, and understanding, and with empathy, you know, speaking your truth, telling them you're off, but that's how you feel, and it's not about making them feel bad. It's just about you having dignity and respect for yourself, and respect for the other person's feelings. Moses carried a serpent staff through the desert, and with it he could summon the power of nature to heal or call plagues. The staff reminds you of the impermanence of all things, and that your authority must come from your deep longing to serve. So that deep longing to serve would be that dignity, that respect that you have for yourself. It's like you serve your higher self by expressing yourself in a way that helps other people heal and grow, because you're healing and growing because of your own self-respect. The invitation is, you know how to flow easily between polarities, how to weigh all possibilities, and instinctively select the right path. Trust your inner wisdom and take the first step on a journey that your heart has already embarked on. Use the power of the staff to unite what appears to be divided, to find that delicate balance between will and surrender. Your staff is your power, your inner being, your inner strength. The strength of the divine, the strength of being caring, kind, compassionate, loving, and having that dignity and respect for yourself and others, loving yourself so that you can be loving towards others. So that is your strength. That is your power, and that's what you're going to be yielding your staff with when you communicate. When you communicate with whoever it is that's in this story with you, okay? Always be mindful of that. Speak to others the way you would want to speak to yourself, and you cannot go wrong. You will succeed, and that's also the sun. Energy is succeeding. So we got 63, the wind. The essence of this card is the symbol of the wind represents the element of air. It rules communication, thought, song, and inspired ideas. It also signifies change with qualities both positive and negative. This is positive, and you know, the sun and the moon, right? It's like this is positive and this is, I don't say negative, but dark. It's darker. This is bright. This is the light. This is darker. Okay, the wind blows from each of the 4 directions, and there are different qualities bestowed by each. South, carrying a new sense of trust, helping you gently begin to discard habits and parts of you that are no longer needed. From the west, calling you to more introspection, to willingness to make final decisions, to let go of attachment and ego desires, which is fears. Okay, letting go of your fears. North, from the north, moving to bring you wisdom and strength. Yeah, that's that strength we're talking about. From the east, carrying clarity of vision and purpose with that sword. Whichever way the wind is blowing for you, the message which which the wind whispers or shouts, is a challenge. It may take courage at first to turn and face the wind. To turn and actually have these discussions that you might think that your person will be upset about. Just do it anyways. Or they might have feedback that you may not want to hear. Just do it anyways. So whichever way the wind is blowing for you, the message which the wind whispers or shouts is a challenge. It may take courage at first to turn and face the wind, but you will find exaltation in moving toward it and receiving its lessons. So your partner might say, the partners in your firm might say, you know, that would be a really great idea, you becoming a partner in the firm. You know, you've got the money to put into the partnership, to the firm, to invest in it. But, you know, at this moment in time, we feel that you could probably use another 2 or 3 months of doing whatever it is that you're doing, and we'll give you some more high visibility cases, so that you can kind of, you know, like a turtle, transition into what we do as partners, more move into it more slowly, transition into it. Same with if you want to become a manager or CEO, you may need to shadow the manager, the current manager, for a time, and they might tell you that. They just don't feel that you're quite, you know, grounded enough in the responsibilities and the status, not necessarily status, but the position of that they want you to do it for another 2 or 3 months, whatever it is you're doing, while you're shadowing somebody. And so it's only another 2 or 3 months, right? So what they're saying is, no, not at this time, but in 2 or 3 months you can expect it, okay? If you work hard and you stay diligent and you commit, right? So the invitation of the wind card is, when the spirit of the wind comes calling, it's a sign of change. Perhaps you need to change your mind about something. Perhaps an old way of doing things. Yeah, it's like I talked about, you maybe letting your employers get away with things that when you were an employee, not employers, your employees get away with things that when you were an employee, wanted to get away with. Like taking extra time off or leaving early, stuff like that. You'd have to put your foot down and say, look, yeah, that's something I might have liked to have done too as an employee, but I know as an employer that goes against company policy for one thing, and you know, just you know, the money it takes to pay employees to do their job, and if they're leaving early, that kind of thing. So so that's like an old habit kind of thing, that you need to look at these things differently, from a different perspective, like from a manager's perspective, right? So an old way of doing things that has become automatic, and now that you've gained greater clarity and learned something from a higher perspective, you can make a new choice. Regardless of what the change is, you can expect to be understood and to have clear communication with others at this time. Ideas are solid, and the shift that is being called for is in the highest good of all, because it's in your highest good. Well, that is like, those are right on point. Fantastic. And it's all about communication. It's all about communication, but doing it from that inner power that we have, you know, to talk to others as you would want them to talk to you, right? So all of this will change as you learn more about your craft, doing it from a communication style perspective. You know, when you're in those, you know, especially if you're going to become a partner, you're going to have to learn to speak to people more often that are in positions that might look down their nose at you. You're going to have to find that confidence in you that says, look, you know, that says, I am very confident in my job and my skill set, that there's, you know, you wouldn't say this to them, but that you have no reason to look down your nose at me at this time, because of all the things that I can and my firm can do for you, who is in the position you're in trouble, right? That needs a lawyer. Okay, guys, so I hope that was helpful to you, and until tomorrow, but remember to comment today, and then give me your first name and the first initial of your last name, so that when I do that one card draw for using Colette Baron Reid's deck, the Guides of the Hidden Realms Oracle, for what to focus on in the next 6 months, until the end of the year, I at least know what your name is, so that when I do it, I can say your name and you'll know it's for you. Okay? Talk to you again. Bye for now.